as they continue serving you. We pray all this in your beautiful name.
Additional milestones of the shipyard are displayed. We now hand you over to Uhuru. Your Excellency, not to change anything, but we will connect where we currently come from the water ice. These facilities you are seeing here, Your Excellency, were completed back in 1980. This is what is done in the shipbuilding industry. So we lay the history so that the engineers can back up these areas.
So, sir, we've constructed the hull of the ship.
Thank you so much. So this is one of them.
See, today at exactly 1200 hours, history was made in this beautiful lakeside city of Kisumu. In 118 years, we were able to see the first ship built in Kenya floating on Lake Victoria. Yesterday, Your Excellency, again, history was made because after almost 2 decades, we were able to have the train coming back to Kisumu Dala, to this great city of Kisumu. We are happy to be here to witness that, Your Excellency. And may I say I'm very, very delighted to be here, Your Excellency, to welcome you to the commissioning of the Kisumu Shipyard and flotation of MV Uhuru 2, which has been under construction for the last 1 year. This is one of the 2 Kenya Shipyards main facilities, the other one being in Mombasa, and this is the one you opened last year in December. Your Excellency, you have always demonstrated your confidence in the ability of the military to undertake critical national projects and tasks, which have always been executed timely and cost-effectively. Apart from KSL, KDF has also been instrumental in the revamping of the Kenya Meat Commission and the Kenya Railways. Flotation and subsequent commissioning of MV Uhuru 2 will have an immediate impact of increasing the volume of petroleum product being transported to Uganda from Kisumu, while at the same time generating more revenue for the government and creating jobs for our youth. There will be improved transport within the Lake Basin region, enhanced fishing activities within the lake, as well as fostering of closer ties with the East African community states, which share Lake Victoria. In upgrading this shipyard, the Ministry of Defense partnered with Demen from the Netherlands and managed to complete the project in time, despite the challenges of COVID-19 and short supply of marine-grade steel and lack of experienced technical personnel. Your Excellency, the commissioning of the Kisumu Shipyard is a key milestone in the operationalization of the Kenya Shipyards Limited, which you launched in May 2021 right here in Kisumu. Once operational, Kisumu Shipyard will help unlock business and economic opportunities within this region through cost-effective construction of ships and boats and keeping maritime vessels in sound operational state through timely servicing. In addition, the maritime vessels owned by ministries, departments, and agencies, the facility will also be available to service vessels for private local, and regional operators. Over time, as shipbuilding industry takes root, key technical skills will be transferred to our young men and women who will form a critical technical base in sustaining growth of the shipbuilding industry in our country. Your Excellency, in your wisdom, you issued Executive Order in August 2020 that obliged MDS to source their maritime requirements through KSL. This has assured KSL of an initial captive market for its products and fast-tracked the operationalization of KSL to start up government cooperation. Since January 2022, a multi-agency committee comprising of MDS within the maritime-related functions has successfully held 2 sector working groups spearheaded by KSL to develop a roadmap and give recommendations for implementation of the presidential directives on incentivization of the blue economy sector. It is noteworthy that the government of Kenya has anchored the blue economy in the country's economic pillar of Vision 2030 Development Blueprint, specifically to achieve the food security and manufacturing targets. This is evident in the creation of the Oceans and Blue Economy to coordinate Kenya's blue economy development and contribution towards the 2050 Africa's Integrated Maritime Strategy and Africa Blue Economy Strategy implementation. In April 2022, the National Treasury, and I want to thank my colleague C.S. Yatan is here, granted KSL a special economic zone status that will make KSL products competitive in the local as well as the regional market. To revitalize its catalytic role in the manufacturing sector, the government transferred majority shareholding of the Numerical Machining Complex to Kenya Shipyards Limited in order to drive the industrialization agenda. I have no doubt, with the support of government, Kenya Shipyards Limited, which is domiciled in the Ministry of Defense, will continue undertaking shipbuilding activities that support the Big Four agenda that we are working on today, Your Excellency. Through the twin shipyards of Kisumu and Mombasa, we will have a huge impact on maritime trade, fishing, tourism, sea transport on the Eastern Indian Ocean realm, Lake Victoria Basin, and other inland water bodies. As I conclude, allow me once again, Your Excellency, to express my sincere appreciation to you, sir, for the support you have accorded the Ministry of Defense, which has enabled it to fulfill its mandate, both primary and secondary, some of the fruits that we are witnessing today. Last but not least, I thank the county government of Kisumu, and I want to thank my good friend, Professor Anyang' for being here today to host us, and recently hosting very successfully the Afri-Cities Conference. I thank you, Prof. And I also want to thank my brother, Governor of Paranya, who is the chair of the Lake Region Economic Bloc, and your team for being here to work with the national government.
With the availability of these facilities, both here at Kisumu and also in Mombasa, I urge Kenyans and East Africans to utilize them, not just to repair, maintain, and service their boats, but also to construct new vessels and boats here locally. But I also challenge the Kenya Shipyards Limited to look beyond Kenya's borders and tap into the growing regional market in shipbuilding, but also with our partners like Damen and others to look outside our region for new markets. And towards that end, and I want to thank the Ministry of Trade and the Ministry or the Treasury, the National Treasury, for the works that they have done to ensure that the costs of doing business, both in this Kisumu port and in Mombasa, are reduced through facilitating the establishment of special economic zones for these two areas, so that we do have shipyards that are competitive and therefore able to do business not only in Kenya, but also globally. So as we move to enhance the competitiveness of the Western region, indeed, soon as a country. And as a result of our growing efforts in infrastructure development, as well as in the development of industries such as shipbuilding, the increase in housing, backward linkages are already being created. For in a few months, we will be commissioning a steel manufacturing plant in Mombasa that has been triggered by the demand for steel products in various industries, such as the one we are here to celebrate today. Consequently also, agricultural produce and other goods from upcountry will find a reliable and cost-effective mode of transport to markets in Nairobi, Mombasa, and beyond. But what is most gratifying to me is that as I have watched these works develop, what has impressed me most is the number of young Kenyans, men and women, who have been empowered through acquisition of critical skills in shipbuilding. Furthermore, knowledge transfer is being implemented through internship programs and hands-on job training throughout the construction phase of the vessel that we see to my left, but also with the upgrading of this Kisumu Shipyard. Indeed, the mainstreaming of our young people into the national economic agenda has been a key plank to my administration's development plan, as envisioned in our Vision 2030, but also in our Big Four agenda. So therefore today, I would urge the county governments in the Lake region to begin to draw up strategies and take advantage of the economic opportunities spawned by the Kisumu Shipyard, and by so doing, it will be possible to unlock the enormous business potential that abounds within the Lake Victoria Basin and other inland waters, to create more employment and empowerment opportunities for our youth, our women, for them to generate revenue, not only for themselves, but both for the national government as well as county governments. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya, like any other country in East Africa, has a stake in Lake Victoria as well as other water bodies. And Kenya will continue to cooperate with all our partners in the East African community and other stakeholders to sustainably exploit the natural resources available within our maritime borders for the benefit and in order to catalyze the development of Western Kenya through the reliable supply of electricity. I am also pleased to announce today that the proposed Solar One Limited plant at Kibos here in Kisumu has received all the requisite approvals by the government, and the project implementation can therefore commence immediately. This project is part of other ongoing reforms in the energy sector, which will position Kenya as not only a global leader in green energy, but also affordable energy. And I would like, in just the same way we have agreed with those who are from Solar One, Kenya can no longer afford to pay these high costs and high tariffs that some of our producers of electricity continue to demand from us. And we are going to change. Kenya must have a reduction in the cost of energy if we are to improve our competitiveness and ultimately be in a position to create opportunities for our young people for employment. When this particular project is completed, Governor Anyang' Nyong'o, this will therefore make Kisumu truly the first Kenyan green city, and that in itself is laudable. Hongera. So as I conclude, I join the CDF in lauding the good work done by all stakeholders who have worked tirelessly to make Kenya Shipyards Limited a reality. You know, you can dream, but dreams can also turn into a reality. The impossible is possible, but not while you're sleeping. To make a dream a reality, you have to wake up in the morning and get to work and put in the effort that it requires to turn those dreams into reality. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing that is impossible. Impossible is only a factor of the mind. If we can dedicate ourselves to create a peaceful country, a united country, a country that can focus on its development plans and agenda, there is no reason why this country cannot be a successful economic powerhouse, not only in our region, in our continent, but also globally. But ladies and gentlemen, that is a factor of how we think. Because if you think badly about yourself, if you think negatively about yourself, if you only see good in what others do, then you will never wake up from your slumber. But if you see the possibility and you seek the opportunity, there is nothing that you cannot achieve. You know, some people keep saying, sijui kuna mambo kama hii ni siku mzuri, sitaki kuongea mambo mingi, lakini ni mzuri kutaja tu kitu kidogo tu, because you know, last night I had the opportunity through my sister here, Betty Minor. As much as I was tired and I felt maybe I can go another day, she insisted, I think you would be happy to see.